We are all born with nervous systems that are constantly scanning our environment for stressors and trying to keep us safe by building patterns of emotional, physical, or even mental things that can keep us safe and make things easier for us. Gravity is one of the number one stressors that we're dealing with 24/7, 365 that we never really think about, but our nervous system is interacting with gravity all day, every day, and it is unavoidable. Over time, what can happen is that without us considering gravity, it can affect the way that we move and the amount of mobility that we have, and our posture is direct evidence of our nervous system's interaction with that constant stress. So if you're stuck in a postural position that makes you feel like you have bad posture, then gravity probably has something to do with that, along with other layers of stressors in your lives, experience level, but it is not age. It is usually the process of layering that stress over time that leads you to have obstacles or setbacks in the gym. So hopefully I haven't lost you at this point, but this video is about how we can consider gravity in our programming to give us some of that mobility back and apply certain exercise selection principles in your strength training program to help you feel better and move better. That's it. So if our brain is constantly interacting with gravity and choosing patterns to help keep us safe in the minute-to-minute situations in our day, it can show up in postural patterns like our body being pulled forward and down and our center of gravity being pulled forward. That can show up like an anterior tilted pelvis, which is not a bad thing unless it makes you feel uncomfortable or limits your movement in some way, or your chest and your rib cage being pulled down and forward like this, maybe giving you a forward head posture or something like that. But if you've gotten to a position where you feel like you're stuck and you would like to untwist those things, here's where you can apply the concept of center of gravity in your thought processes in the gym and restoring mobility and getting back to strength training pain-free. So if your nervous system interacts with gravity for long enough, it starts to change or perceive where your center of gravity is in space, and it will start to turn muscles on or shift your bones and things around so that you just don't fall over. It's basically just trying to protect you. But if your center of gravity over time, like pretty much all of ours, gets pulled forward and you end up in a postural position that you're stuck in, you can do things in the training or in your training or in your programming to shift your center of gravity back to then almost reverse these things and open your mobility back up. There's a lot of different things you can do, and they're not really cheat codes. They're just tools that you have in your tool belt to make adjustments in real time to feel better. So something to consider when setting yourself up to get your center of gravity back is just a heel wedge or squat wedges just like this. Just elevating your heels on a surface like this and doing a squat gets your center of gravity back, which is going to give you more mobility. And if you've ever used one of these, you know it's a lot easier to go deeper in your squats when you have your heels elevated. You can add something like cable assistance to allow you to shift back as well. And you can literally hold on to a tool like this, which is going to allow me to sink back even further, supporting my body weight, shifting my center of gravity back. And now I have even less tension, allowing me to build a new movement pattern and tell my brain, hey, I want my center of gravity back a little bit more. So you have assistance with a cable or a TRX like this if it is higher. So the higher the implement is, the more it is going to assist you or unload you. So this strap is holding some of my body weight so I can get good range of motion and retrain a good movement pattern in a way that my body feels a little bit more safe. It doesn't have as much intensity or weight on it. As you shift the implement down a little bit, it becomes a little bit more neutral and just allows you to shift your center of gravity back without too much assistance or resistance, right? So we're here, same thought process, and now it's just allowing me to shift my center of gravity back, but has a little bit more body weight on it, a little bit closer to my natural body weight. And then as you shift something down like this, I can still get the center of gravity back, but now I can offer a little bit of resistance in a position like this to make my body work a little bit harder. So just changing the position of the cable or the TRX can offer you different levels of resistance, but just the wedge itself gives you a center of gravity pushback. If you position yourself with your back against the wall, that does center of gravity shift back. If you use a cable or a TRX to shift yourself back, that does as well. Or if you're holding a weight in front of you, whether you're doing a barbell front squat, that shifts your center of gravity back, might bias the quads a little bit more, but holding a kettlebell or a double front rack or a dumbbell in this position as well opens the body up, allows you to reach the shoulder blades forward, which is also going to shift your center of gravity back. And now you're really opening things up. So the concept of gravity is something we all have to consider. And if you start to use these ideas in your strength training program, you are going to feel a world of a difference. And it is a great starting point for gaining mobility literally in minutes. That's how it's done, guys.
Very nice, I like.